Ready? Hey, are we on? Okay, welcome back kids. Sorry about that. Let's start from the beginning. I'm so excited to be back. I haven't been here for a while and I miss you all. I can't wait until we can get back together. So, apparently I've heard that we are doing around the world countries this year. And this month is apparently supposed to be a certain country. But I haven't been here, so I don't know what the country is. So I'm going to ask Perry to help me. Perry, what is the country for this month? Is it? What? Wow, Fiji. That sounds like such an amazing place. And then yeah, we've gone through the country's food and language. I wonder what the animal is. Perry, do you know? Oh, you do? Okay. Oh, a lizard. A lizard called an iguana. Oh, have you guys seen an iguana? Look on the screen. I'm sure you can see the picture of it. It looks like a big lizard. And I know some people keep these as pets. And these animals are all around Fiji. And they eat little worms and insects. And they get all these little insects away. It must be pretty cool to see one in nature. Okay, so you know Perry. I've recently only met Perry. And this guy, he helps us with our mail. He's apparently our really good mailman. And where can we connect to him is on Perry's Platypus at gatewaypresby.co.za. I hope to hear lots from him about your letters, and I hope to be writing back to you guys soon. Alright, let's jump into the lesson. You guys know that for the last 2 weeks, we have been talking about God's war. And this week, we are talking about a specific character called Deborah. The story comes from Judges 4-5. Okay, in the story, it's about the Israelites. And the Israelites are God's chosen people. And they were doing wrong, and God was not happy with what they were doing. So he allowed this king named Jabin of Canaan to capture the Israelites. And he had a specific commander. A commander is someone who runs an army. So it's this King Jabin's army, and his head was named Sisera. And this guy, he was mean to the Israelites for 20 years. That is a long time. And the Israelites weren't happy with this. I don't think I would be happy with it. It's not nice when people are mean to us all the time. So they went to this white lady named Deborah. And Deborah was a prophet. And prophet is someone who is specifically chosen to give God's message to his chosen people. So, Deborah had a specific spot where she would meet the Israelites to come and hear about their complaints. And this spot had big palm trees. I think they have some of those in Fiji as well. But anyway, there were these big palm trees. And these Israelites moaned and moaned at her. They complained about how they were being treated. So Deborah made a plan. And she called this guy named Barak. And Barak came to meet her under these palm trees. And she told him, go and gather 10,000 men. That is so many. I can't even count how many that is. And bring them to the Mount Tabor. So off he went, and he collected all these 10,000 men and brought them to this Mount Tabor. And she said to him, okay, she will go fetch Sisera, who is the commander of King Jabin's army. And off she went to go fetch him and told him to bring his army to Mount Jabin as well. Not Jabin, Tabor. and there was going to be a war. But God was on the Israelites' side. And Deborah said to them that God is going to help them win this war. So she was wrong, because God made all of Sisera's army confused, and they didn't know what they were doing, and I'm sure they were running in different ways, and they couldn't fight a battle. They were so confused. So Barak and his army of 10,000 men came and they wiped them out. There was no more of them. And by the end of the day, it was finished. They were free from King David's army. And normally a war, I can imagine, lasts a few weeks, few days, maybe weeks, but not this one. This one was done in one day. And that is our story, that God helped the Israelites, and there was a brave leader in the story, and her name was Deborah. And the moral of the story is that we are all leaders. Leaders aren't something you choose. You can be a leader, and you can all be leaders. So you must be careful who you lead. Your younger siblings follow you. That makes you a leader. The people at your school that are younger than you follow you. That makes you a leader. So you must be careful what you do, else they're going to follow and copy what you do. Okay, now for our memory verse. Put on your thinking caps so we can remember this verse. It comes from Proverbs 11:14. It says, "Without wise leadership, a nation falls." So in our story you can see, without Deborah's leadership, it would have fallen. So it said again, Proverbs 11:14, "Without wise leadership, a nation will fall." Alright, now I'm sure you know what comes next. Worship. You must enjoy, stand up, shake
talked about how Deborah was sitting underneath a palm tree. And that is exactly what we're going to be making today. We're going to be making our very own really cool palm trees. And I think it's quite cool that we're doing a palm tree, especially because our country is Fiji. And I haven't personally been to Fiji, but I just picture in my mind whenever I see Fiji, I just see like beaches, these white sandy beaches with this beautiful clear blue water and filled with lots and lots of palm trees. So it's actually kind of cool that we're making palm trees because it fits in with our theme for today, for this month. So how are we going to make these really cool palm trees and what are we going to need? So you guys are going to need some white paper, or if you have brown paper, that would be super cool. You guys are going to need some green paper, preferably more than one sheet. You might need more than one sheet of green paper. You're going to need a pair of scissors. Remember to only use your scissors with supervision from your parents. We're going to need some glue, and we're going to need, if you don't have brown paper like I didn't, then you're going to need a brown pencil. If you guys have toilet rolls lying around at home, that would also work really cool. You might need 2 toilet rolls for this. I only had 1, so I had to make a different plan. So if you have 2 toilet rolls, you can put them together. Or if you have one of those long ones that the paper towel wraps around, that would be even better for this activity. But I didn't have that, so if you don't have that, that's what we're going to be working on together this week. So the first step of the process is you're going to take your white piece of paper and you're going to take your brown pencil and you are going to color this whole page in brown really nicely. Remember, just like the last time when I did a craft with you, we were also creating a wooden effect, so you don't have to color in the same direction. It doesn't have to look perfect, because remember, this is going to be the trunk of the tree, so it can kind of look a little bit nice and grainy and textured. Okay. So now that I have completely colored in my page, what we're going to do is we're going to roll this so that it can become the trunk of the tree. So how I did it, over here, I just put a little bit of glue just to help the rolling process along, okay? And now, so you don't want to roll it in on the side you colored, because then you're not going to see it, and then you did all that work for nothing. So you're actually going to flip it upside down so that the white side faces the ceiling, and then you're just going to roll. So I'm going to create my first roll here and stick it. You don't want it to be too thin. You don't want your roll to be too thin, so if you can see, it's not too thin, because if it's too thin, then it's going to be really hard for your tree to stand upright. Because remember, we're going to create leaves on this tree, and it's going to be heavy, and we need to make sure that it will stay upright. So we need a thicker circle at the bottom so that it will stick nicely. So I'm just putting my fingers in just to make sure that it sticks nicely. Now we're going to roll the rest of the way. Okay, make sure that you keep it in line, nice and tight. Keep the roll nice and tight. Okay, cool. Okay, then when we get to the end, we've got this flap here, and it's just, that's not going to work, is it? So we're going to have to use our glue again and stick that flap down. So let me just stick like this. Okay, and we're going to roll it and we're going to stick it. Okay. There we go, nice and stuck. Now we have the base, which is the trunk of our tree that we have just created. Now we need the star of the show, which is the leaves of the tree. So how are we going to do this? Well, this is when you guys are going to use your green paper. So what you're going to do is, I've already done some of them to make this a bit quicker for us, but I've left some to explain how we're going to do this. So you're going to fold your piece of paper, okay? You're going to fold it just a little bit. So as you can see, I didn't fold the whole thing, okay? Just a little bit of it is folded. And now I'm going to cut out on that folded edge that I've created, okay? So here's the opening, so I'm going to cut along that side. So that's going to be the line I'm going to use to cut, okay? And then you're going to leave it so it looks like a little folded, like a letter. Okay, and I have a whole bunch of different shapes and sizes. And the reason we're going to have different shapes and sizes is because it's going to add to our effect of different leaves. Because if you think of a palm tree and you think of leaves just in general on any tree, they're not all the same size, are they? Most definitely not. So we're going to make sure that our leaves are all different sizes so it looks like a real tree. So what comes next is we're going to be cutting. So it's kind of similar to what we did last week with teacher Tam when she was cutting the flames. Okay, so it's a similar idea-ish, the shape sort of, except we're only cutting half the shape because we have it folded in half. So while it's folded in half, on the fold side, okay, so where it doesn't open, you guys are going to cut a little rectangle. So I'm going to cut a little bit in, and I'm going to cut a little bit up for about like 3 centimeters, okay? 3 or 4 centimeters, and that's going to be the stalk of our tree, okay? The leaf, the stalks of the leaves. Then we're going to create the leaf shape, which is kind of like a round edge like that. So honestly, because this is a tree, nothing is perfect, so you can do it however you want. Okay? Once you've created that, if you had to open it up now, it looks like a leaf. Okay? But that's not all we need to do for our palm tree leaves are a bit different. Okay? They're a little bit more spiky and like fan-like. Okay? So how we're going to create that effect is we're going to go to the tip. Okay? So the tip of our leaf that we have, and we're going to put the scissors but at an angle, all right? And we're going to cut down. But we're not going to cut all the way, otherwise we're going to cut it off, and then we've done all this hard work for nothing. So we're just going to cut until we're about 0.5 centimeter away from the fold, okay? And we're going to cut all the way down. Doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, it's like nature. There's perfection and imperfection. There we go. So once you get to the bottom, okay, when you've got all these little fans, and if we open it up, now we can see that our leaf looks like that. So you can do some more of those in all different shapes and sizes. So I'm going to do another one real quick so you can watch again. So we create our stalk first, and then we create, this is going to be a much bigger one. We create the little like belly of it, okay? And then we go to the top and we start cutting at angles to create the cool leaf effect. Okay, remember to be careful that you don't cut your fingers with this part. All right, so that when you open it up, you're going to have your palm leaves. Okay, so now we've got our palm leaves. Okay, we've got a bunch. You're going to need quite a few. On my one, I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I used about 7 on my palm tree. So you're just going to make as many as you need for how big your base is. So now what we're going to do is we need to attach the leaves to the tree. Okay, so how are we going to do that? We're going to use our glue again. Okay, so doesn't matter which way you want to do it. Some people, doesn't matter which way the fold goes. You just decide as you want. But you're going to use that stalk that we created, so that little rectangle base, and we're going to put on one side of it, we're going to put some glue. Okay. And then we're going to slide it inside, and we're going to use our finger just to press it down, okay? And just kind of fold it gently so it hangs over, okay? Because otherwise it sticks upright, and that's not quite what a palm tree looks like. So you can just fold it over slightly like that. And then we're going to continue to do that with our other leaves. So we put on the glue onto the stalk. We put it inside and we gently fold it over. All different sizes. This one's a smaller. Oh, there goes that. But that's fine just because I didn't press hard enough. So we're just going to put it back in. If that happens, it's not the end of the world. And make sure it's nice and stuck there. Cool. Then we put our leaves, and we're just going to keep doing the same process all the way around, and you're going to keep that process up until it looks nice and full like this one. Then the last step, just because we have a little bit of a hole at the top of our tree and we don't really want our whole tree to have a hole, so I have all these like cut off pieces that I didn't use, and I don't like wasting. Okay, we shouldn't waste paper especially. So I just take all of that discarded paper and I scrunch it into a ball, squeeze it into a nice ball, and then we can kind of stick it in the top of the tree just so that it fills that gap, and then our tree is completely full. And there is our palm tree. I hope that you guys had fun with that, and please send us pictures of you creating your palm trees, of the finished palm trees. We would really love to see it, as well as videos of you guys doing your memory verses. We'd be so excited to hear from you guys.
Wow, that is a cool palm tree. We would love to see some of your palm trees. So please, please, please send us some pictures, and we'll definitely get back to you on them. Now, I know you guys like challenges, so we have another one lined up for you. This one is going to involve us drawing. We're keeping up our creative skills here.
Okay.
After craft. Okay.
I'm excited.
So this one, because we've just done a palm tree, I think we need to draw a palm tree blindfolded.
Blindfolded, so
Yes.
without our eyes.
Without our eyes.
Does it count if I just take my glasses off? Because I feel like I don't have very good eyes.
I don't know.
No, so I have to take them off and close them. Is that
Yes.
what you're saying?
Definitely.
Oh my goodness.
Are we all good?
Yes, we're good.
Are we good? Okay. And because in the story there was lots of palm trees, we had to draw lots of palm trees,
Lots, so not just one.
not just one.
Oh my goodness.
And I think, do you think we should have a time limit?
Okay. Sure, this is a
So
lot.
maybe we should count up to 5 or
5.
10. Should we go for 10?
10, as many as we can do in 10 seconds.
Yes,
Okay,
as many as we can do in 10 seconds.
My
and
word.
then you guys have to decide which one looks the best and which one has the most palm trees.
Okay, so are you going to count for me? Because I think we're going to get confused.
Okay, I'll do the counting.
So you'll count for me, and then I'll close my eyes and I'll draw, and then once I'm done, then I'll count to 10.
All right, let's do that.
Okay,
Yes,
so we're doing
okay.
10 seconds, hey?
10 seconds.
Oh my
Are
gosh.
you ready?
No.
Okay, let's go. 1,
Ooh,
2,
I don't know.
3, 4,
Okay.
5,
Ah!
6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Oh my goodness, teacher Amy,
Oh
that is
boy.
not good. But
You
how
guys tell
many?
me how many are there? Let's see. Oh, this one looks a bit funny. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me
3.
see if I can beat that.
Okay, teacher Amy, it's actually much harder than it looks,
All
teacher
right,
Amy.
let's try.
Carry on. Okay, so
Okay.
are you ready?
Yes,
Okay,
I'm ready.
you're gonna start now. 1, 2, 3, 4,
I think this is gonna be
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Done. Oh my goodness, teacher Amy.
No. I did a lot.
You did a lot,
but
but
I don't know if they look like palm trees.
they kind of look like cotton candy to me, if I'm being honest with you, or like a fan that you hold in front of your
Okay, I
face.
think
Because you went for the whole like stick figure effect.
Yeah.
I went for more like the 3D, not really 3D.
Yeah.
But I mean, how many did you make though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I made 11, but I don't know. Do I get the point? Because
Maybe we can say you win for number, and
okay.
I can win for design.
Yes. I think we can settle on that.
All
but
right.
you guys let us know which one you think wins.
Which one out of these 2
I'm
beautiful
not-
Picasso images that
In my
we created?
mind, it was going to look a bit different.
Doesn't that usually happen? And that's okay as well, isn't it, teacher
Yeah.
Amy? Yeah, totally.
Go for it. Try it with your brother, sister, mom, friend, whoever.
And
You go
let
for it.
us know how it goes. Okay, we're so excited to see everything and to see your challenges. So if you have a brother, a sister, mom and dad, uncle, aunt,
definitely.
do it with them. Get the whole family involved and see how we can create.
Yeah.
And you guys can send us pictures of
And
them.
you can even, to spice it up a bit, don't tell your parents what they are drawing or your friend or whoever's drawing. You can tell them, draw a stick. Then you must draw a stick. Then you can say, draw 3 leaves on top of the stick. And then you must see if they can draw those leaves on the stick. That's
Wow,
another
that's
way of
cool.
doing it, but
That's
you
also a
decide.
cool idea, teacher Amy. I like
Yeah.
it. Nice.
You'll see how challenging it is in the end.
Super excited to
Alright.
see what you guys have And we're so happy to have had you today. Sorry about some of the sound issues we've had, but that's what happens when we do videos live. We're just so excited to be with you. Yeah.
But we're still here, so that's good.
Yes, and we cannot wait to see you guys in person again.
Yeah.
And we hope that you're all keeping well and that school's going well, because you guys have just started school, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's about a week. I think you guys have been back.
Yeah. So we hope that everything goes well, and just know that we're thinking about you and we're praying for you, just like we're about to pray for you right now.
All right.
Okay. Do you want to pray, Teacher Amy, or do you want me to pray?
You can go for it, Teacher Laura.
Okay, let's close our eyes. Dear Lord Jesus, we're just so happy that we can be here with you this evening, Lord, wherever the kids may be, if it's nighttime, daytime, morning time, wherever it is, Lord, I pray that you'll be with them as they watch this video. Just let them know that you are with them. Let them know that we are thinking about them, praying for them, Lord. And I pray that the lessons that they learn, that they just really stick in their hearts and that they can practice the lessons that they learn. And we're just so thankful for Teacher Amy, who gave such a nice lesson to us today. And I pray that you'll be with each and every one of us as we go into this week. I ask these things in your mighty name. Amen.
Amen.
We're so excited. See you again next week.
Bye.